Hello and welcome to another episode of Mind Your Rehab. I'm Dr. Allison and this is...
Dr. Vinny.
I didn't give my last name this week.
Her last name's Heffron.
No, I did that on purpose because I feel like I didn't and then I did and now I'm back to not.
All right, whatever makes you happy.
I'm indifferent, I guess. It doesn't matter. For some reason I felt like it was worth celebrating and it's not.
No, definitely not.
So, how are you?
I'm good. We finally have notes for our podcast.
It's all Vinny's doing.
So we'll be a little bit more on topic, maybe. We'll see. It'll probably end up going
gonna be the
anywhere. Yeah.
We just have some notes to keep us, I don't know. We have notes now.
Yeah.
It'll be helpful. And then as we get better at this, we'll have more in-depth notes. No scripts, just notes.
Yeah, never any scripts.
And then maybe I'll see you type out whatever I bring up, and then I'll remember it instead of being like, although I did have a patient last week that while she was talking to me, she couldn't remember what she was talking about. And she's like, we're the same. Because
she listens and
yes.
she knew. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome.
So, cool. Glad I have that reputation now.
Yeah.
I've realized for a little bit, I've been like, I think it's too early for me to have prep brain. And now I think I really have it. And it happened, my realization kind of got solidified because yesterday I went to the gym. I had everything, yesterday was Monday.
Wait, I'm going to interject. Just so everyone knows, prep brain is prep for the bodybuilding competition.
Yes.
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah.
Yep.
So Sunday night, I got everything I needed together so that I can make my morning easy, as I do. I don't always get my clothes ready for the morning, but I did that night. And I packed up everything, and then I went to the gym was there at 6 a.m. on Monday, and then I went to shower, and I was like, I don't see my clothes in my bag. I definitely have my clothes in my bag. Or so I did, and then I realized I didn't have a clean sports bra to go to work. And there was no fucking way that I was going to wear the sports bra that I just worked out in because it was really sweaty. I panicked and I was like, okay, there's a big fan in the women's locker room. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put I haven't even told you this.
No, yeah.
I put the sports bra on the fan because no one else was there. I put the sports bra on top of the fan. I aimed the fan upwards so that, oh wait, no, I didn't even do that because I didn't realize that I could. I just wasn't thinking. I had it.
You were just aerating the locker room.
I had it on the ground.
You had it on the ground?
I had it on the ground. And I just had the fan blowing on it because it was angled kind of down.
Are you talking about the hand dryer or was it a fan?
No, a fan.
Okay. I thought you were just constantly pushing the hand dryer button.
So I was getting the sports bra as dry as I could, hoping that could be a solution other than me sweating my ass off by wearing a sweatshirt over my shirt because it's 1,000,000 degrees.
It's hot.
It didn't work. And then it smelled like I just worked out in it really hard. It was still wet. And so absolutely didn't, I just wore a sweatshirt and suffered. And then
I like that you tried.
I tried
2 different ways to make it work and then just said fuck it.
Yeah.
Which was the right choice, by the way.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then so I went back to the gym later. So I came home after work, and then I went back to the gym to do cardio, did the Stairmaster for 50 minutes. If you've been on the Stairmaster for that long, you know how incredibly sweaty you get. But anyway, I guess that doesn't really matter for this part. I packed my sports bra. I packed socks. I packed underwear. I was like, I'm going to shower. Went to go do that. Didn't bring any of my fucking clothes other than those 3 things. So, really fucked up the day. And I was like, I think this is actually prep brain. I think I can accept now that this is real and this is what is happening. Luckily, we don't live that far from the office, so I was able to...
Or the gym. It's pretty...
Yeah. So I went home and showered and... God, I didn't have time to eat. It was just such a mess.
Such a mess.
Yeah.
But you survived. You got through it.
Yes. I don't remember if last week I talked about how I got my competition suit.
I don't remember if you talked about that either. Oh, yeah, you did. I think you did.
Did I talk about how low it is?
Talk about it.
I'll just keep going on the
Tell the
bodybuilding
world.
train. So when they ask for measurements, they're like, okay, measurement for the bikini companies. They ask for measurements that are like 2 to 3 inches below your belly button. And I just like disconnected what that meant. I was just like, yeah, okay, here are the measurements. And then I got the suit and I was like, this is so low. I could not believe it. And then I remembered the measurements they asked for. I should have had the expectation. It's scary low. I'm uncomfortable. So there's that.
That's
Yeah.
pretty fun.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what I'll be wearing.
Nice.
I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Naked and afraid.
Well, you'll survive, just like you survived the gym situation.
Yeah, I will. I'll persevere.
Yep.
I'll pose through it all.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's enough about bodybuilding.
That's all the bodybuilding
Let's
stuff.
move on to your fun stuff.
So on Sunday, my parents came over and we did a tremendous amount of work in the yard.
Yeah.
It was great. We started tearing apart the deck. We thought we were just going to be putting down pavers.
We talked for a while about what we were going to do with that space.
We've been going back and forward, yeah.
And I've said, like, either way, I was happy. I just thought that the more financially efficient route will end up being pavers.
But not necessarily.
No, not with our size deck.
Yeah. So we ripped out all the wood in the deck. The frame still remains. We have to reinforce the frame.
But the frame is in good shape.
The frame is in good shape, yeah.
We definitely thought we were going to come across several dead things, at least one dead thing, and there were no dead things.
No dead things, tons of spiders and other bugs, but no dead
I
things.
saw a weird looking bug in there today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was like a pincher type thing.
Oh, yeah.
But not an earwig. It was like a dark black big one, and it made me want to vomit.
I'll have to scour the internet for what it was that you saw.
I'm sure you could just take a picture of it and AI will tell you. Oh, and that bleeds in perfectly to our topic today, but we have more things
You're jumping all over the
I know,
place.
but we have more things to talk about.
Yeah. So yeah, my dad's expertise was tremendously helpful with figuring out the deck situation.
Big Vin's listening. He's an engineer. He knows stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then and I mean even while him and I were working on the deck, you and my mom were weeding and doing just putting more intention into the backyard.
I weed all the time though.
Yeah, I know, but I mean my mom was doing a lot of movement,
super
which
nice.
was really awesome.
Yeah. And she pointed out things that aren't weeds, so I'm glad she told me because we have violets that are growing in the backyard.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that already.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah.
I
Very
should show
cool.
you which ones they are so that you don't weed them.
Yes, please do. But yeah, it's just cool putting more intention into the space, putting like we said, we've been talking about it a lot, so putting action into the things that we're doing is making it habitable and changing things around for the better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's it with the backyard.
That's it with the backyard, yes.
Yeah.
Although I can add to this. The other night, not the other night, I'm going to give a shout out to Louise, she runs a course called Quantum Leap in Your Sleep. And it's basically leveraging your sleep as meditation time. And so I've been doing that regularly. But the first meditation of the course, essentially, it's visualizing. And I'm really not a visualizer when it comes to meditation. Which I thought was like a problem, but when I'm talking to her, it was really cool to realize that
some people just can't visualize.
Yeah, so she helped me realize just feel put yourself in your senses more, and that was helpful. So, but anyway, in this particular visualization, I was able to visualize, and I saw our yard, and this was
oh, that's cool.
It wasn't like what the end product is of our yard, but I just saw ourselves in a yard that was ours that was very nice.
Nice.
Hosting a dinner.
Hell yeah.
With friends and family. And that was, I think, around the time that you either started or we were just talking about starting that process. And so it was really cool it's really cool seeing how this is all kind of coming to fruition. And when we talked about it the other night, you made me realize, like, this actually was the unintentional plan.
Yeah.
Like, it started 3 years ago, and that was the idea.
It started even before that.
It started 5 years ago.
We had this giant willow tree in our backyard that we don't have a big enough yard to have a willow tree. It took up the entire yard. It was a beautiful tree. There was a lot of life inside of that tree. There was a lot of wildlife living in there. But yeah, for the safety of like us, our house, our neighbors' houses, we definitely had to take the tree down.
Yeah, it was ruining the foundation. So
it was ruining the foundation of the house. So we did that. But even that, right? We took the tree down, and then it was just a stump for
and so
a
many
year.
weeds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then finally we removed the stump, and then we covered the yard in garbage, like brown paper garbage bags, and
like
then
mulch,
covered it in
mulch bags, lawn trash bags, if you will.
And basically we were trying to revitalize the soil, and we knew it was going to be like a 2-year thing. So basically this whole thing is like an exercise in patience and like long-term rather than short-term gratification. We decided to just put patience and time instead of money. We are spending time.
Yeah. And it's coming along nicely.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to see.
And go ahead.
What I was going to say, last big update in our life.
Baloo?
Yep, Baloo.
Baloo turned 11 yesterday, the 29th, and he's looking right at me, wagging his tail. So Baloo is 11, and he's the best boy. Got him a toy.
I was gonna say you spoiled him yesterday. You
Yes.
got well. Frankie gets it as well because you have to give the younger sibling something as well. But yeah, they both got treats.
They got little pup cakes, and I got pup cups also, but I didn't think calorie-wise that it was a wise decision to give them both yesterday.
It was a lot.
So we'll give them...
I was giving them frozen watermelon throughout the day, too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
They got extra treats.
We celebrated Pickle's birthday.
And they both got nice toys, and Baloo has not been able to put the ball down.
No, he's obsessed with it.
He's obsessed with it. It's great. It's a lot of fun to see.
He loves it so much.
He's bringing it everywhere.
Yeah.
Even last night, when you went to bed, he came downstairs, and we played for like an hour after you went to bed.
He normally will come upstairs, like he knows he wants to sleep with me, and then Vin will take him out of the room when Vinny's going to bed. But last night, Baloo brought his toy up, and then Vinny brought his toy back down.
Because it was precariously placed in the door.
Yeah. And then, like, shortly after Vinny left, Baloo got out of the bed and was looking for his toy, and then, he never came back. He was just playing.
He ran downstairs, and literally, we played for an entire hour.
Yeah, so he loves that toy. And he's wagging his tail now while he cuddles with it.
Yeah.
So I brought up before that we can just put something into AI. Oh, yeah, the bug. Figure out the bug in the backyard.
The bug. Yeah, that's right.
Put it into AI. Like, take a picture and have AI figure it out. And today's topic is AI and your body. Using AI for answers for... I mean, this could be for anything regarding your health. I know a lot of people use it for diet, but another thing is people use it for rehab, which is pretty wild.
Yeah, I've had... So I take on all of the, like, incoming calls, all the incoming clients, potential clients, and those types of things. And that's something that I never would have thought that I would have conversations with people about. And I've done these exercises, and I'm like, oh, where'd you get the exercises? Did you find them online? Was it a provider that gave them to you? And you're like, no, I just asked ChatGPT or Claude.
Yeah,
to give me exercises.
I had somebody come up to me the other day. I think it was yesterday. When did I tell? Yeah, yesterday when I was telling you about this as, like, part of the podcast idea. This woman came up to me and she was asking me about posture because she asked ChatGPT, and which, by the way, she referred to as a she in this conversation.
Interesting.
This woman was telling me she asked ChatGPT these things, and she told her X, Y, and Z, and I said, who is she? And she said, ChatGPT. And I said, wow.
Yeah, ChatGPT does not have a sex.
No, and also... don't become that familiar with ChatGPT where you're giving it gender. That's scary. But anyway, she was asking me about posture, and she was telling me what ChatGPT told her to do, and I was just like, honestly judging and shaking my head no. Because, not because of the topic of like posture, but the fact that she was asking ChatGPT for this fucking help, and it's like, there's no context.
I think that's the biggest part, right? Like,
context is everything.
First of all, people are not dumb for doing this,
no.
right? People, it is a tool, like, right? These AI, there's a word for it that I can't remember right now. The type of model that it is, I'm totally blanking on it. No. It's like the prompts that it uses and all of that things. There's a specific name for it, whatever. But yeah, people aren't dumb for using this. I mean, it is a tool, and it's definitely a tool of convenience, right? It's something,
for sure. I mean, it's free and it's fast.
It's free, but I think something that this really relates to is the mindset that you're in when you're using it, and how it's just pulling information from the internet, right? It's generic. It's super generic. You've been on the internet. The things that are on the internet aren't always true, surprisingly. You may think that they're true, but they're not true. And that's part of the problem, is that the AI models, they don't know what's true or what's untrue. They just know what's on the internet. So it's going to give you the information that it finds on the internet. So people aren't dumb for using it as a tool, but the tool itself is a dumb tool.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, it's... You mentioned it already. Like, it's only as good as the prompts that you give it.
I didn't mention that, but yeah.
You said something along those lines.
I don't think I did, but I think that was in your thoughts because it's true.
It is true. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it is only as good as the prompts that you give it, and if you don't know the right questions to ask, which you're not a clinician, unless you're a clinician, you don't know the right questions to ask. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's like, you know the questions to ask a clinician, but you don't know the questions to ask as a clinician.
Right.
And those are two very different things. And so, and even if I asked Claude or ChatGPT these questions,
what about Gemini?
I would get a generic answer. And that is, AI cannot replace what we do. It just can't. It may be able to replace very traditional, like, very low-level PT, but it will not be able to replace a highly individualized, holistic-based rehab professional. It just can't. There is so much context to every individual, and it just can't account for that. It is a wasteful tool. Something that I read the other day is that data centers, this is kind of off topic, but just so you know what you're supporting, data centers do not require water. They require a cooling system, and water is the cheapest option. So these pieces of shit that are running these things are choosing our life supply over, just spending more money on a cooling system. So you don't need to spend any time giving these data centers and this AI stuff, like, you just don't have to do that, because you're not getting, the ROI is so incredibly low, and it's actually wasting your time and energy. It's not helpful. Just stop.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, you could ask Allison these questions, and she'll chug water for you. And
yeah, so I made a post like that.
It'll be helpful. But yeah, like okay, so I mentioned it. Maybe you didn't mention it, but it's only as good as the prompt that you give it. And like, how many times have you used one of these tools? They're called LLMs, large language models. That's the thing that I was looking for. Where it's just taking a ton of different information and pulling it all together. But how many times have you like asked it for something and then it gave you something that was way not what you intended for it to give you, and then you have to ask it another question, and then it kind of gets there a little bit, and then you have to ask it another question again.
Yeah.
Like every time you're doing that, you're wasting your own energy, you're wasting water, and yeah, it's just not as helpful as it could be if you were to go a different route. And
Yeah.
I think that that's the thing. There are certain things that AI tools are useful for, but when it comes to the human body, it's artificial intelligence. It doesn't know.
It's not a human. It doesn't think.
It doesn't think.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
that's it.
think. It says it's thinking. It does not
It
think.
doesn't
We to put some context around this, humans don't even understand how we think. How could we create something that knows how to think if we don't even know how we think?
That's a good point.
It just can't happen. So to rely on, I understand like relying on ChatGPT to like ask questions of like, how do you create a Gmail signature?
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But to ask it how to fix a part of your body, it's not taking into consideration your history. It's not taking into consideration any objective findings like your range of motion. So there's that. Your passive range of motion, your active range of motion. It's not taking into consideration where you're actually at in the realm of rehab. Mm-hmm. Where are you in the spectrum of progress? It doesn't know when it gives you exercises. Can you execute this correctly? Or do you have other areas that are limiting you from executing this correctly that needs either you need to work around that or you need to work on the other thing? It doesn't know where the problem is coming from because it has no context. So bottom line is you cannot rely on AI for your rehab. That's kind of it. Even with strength programming, kind of going back to not really knowing the prompt to use, it's like if you aren't clear on your own goals, then it can't give you a program to help you meet those goals.
Right.
There's just so many issues with asking AI for answers on your health and wellness. And the same thing goes for like nutrition. There's a lot of nuance to that. There's your health history.
I mean, even sex alone, male versus female, there's a big difference there.
Hormones with regards to like females specifically, where are you in your cycle? Like it's not going to account for any of this stuff. And if you just be like, my weight went up, it'll be like, oh, then let's decrease more. And it's like, you could give an example of your app.
That's actually, so the app that I had been using is not an LLM, but it had been using AI for
It's an AI app, yeah.
For my macronutrients.
Yeah.
And I had changed how I was training, where I'm not doing the exact same thing that you're doing, but I'm doing more similar to you now than it was before.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing a lifting session and a cardio session in a day, my app would start me out with like 1,200 calories a day and then bump me up to like 2,400 calories a day. And that is so insanely different. And it's just like, if I'm constantly doing that every single day, where I'm going to be so deficient in so many things, or I'm not, I'm going to just end up gaining excess weight. So there's not a lot of nuance to it.
Yeah. So you just have to, the more expectations you have of this stuff, just the better your decision making is going to be. And that's what we're here for, is to just help you make better decisions by having a deeper understanding of why things work, why they don't work, all that. Anything else that you wanted to add?
No, I don't think so. Just, I don't know, just think a little bit more. That's really it. I
mean, and you have to understand, it's like, I know, like, there's always the saying of, like, you get what you pay for. So if you're not paying anything...
What are you getting?
What are you getting?
It goes back to it being, it's a convenience tool,
Yes.
right? And like, I don't know, when I think of convenience, like one of the first things that pops into my head, honestly, is McDonald's, right? Like,
Right.
McDonald's can give you food. It's not going to give you the highest quality food that you need,
Right,
for
but it'll give you
for your body, but it'll
stuff.
give you stuff, exactly. So I kind of think of it that way. That's the way it registers in my mind, at least. It's like
Yeah.
McDonald's for information, which is not good quality
I wouldn't,
information.
honestly, yeah, I wouldn't even, but yes. There's also, whenever, like, in business, well, you know, it's always easier for us to, like, relate things to business because I think it transfers over to everyday life for anybody. In business, you make decisions based off of what are you willing to sacrifice. And usually the two things that you're sacrificing or you're choosing to sacrifice between are time and money. Which one do you want to, like, do you want to spend more time or spend more money? I think that when you use AI, you're spending both.
Definitely.
You're not, that's why I was saying before, your ROI is so low. You're not gaining time and you're not gaining anything in a financial exchange because you're going to end up spending a lot of time getting nowhere, and you are I in long term thinking, you're going to end up spending more money the more time you waste not like staying in the state that you're in.
Yeah, and bringing it back to the rehab example, if you have an injury, over time, the injury is either going to get worse or you're going to have other areas around it that are going to become more deficient or more maladaptive, I guess is the best word that comes to my mind this moment. So
that's a good word.
So, yeah, it's just, I don't know where I was going.
I don't know, but basically bottom line is AI is not a reliable tool for this. Yes.
Yeah, you're going to end up spending more money down the line to find a solution, and because you're going to have more issues as a result, that's why you're going to end up spending that more money.
Yeah, and even if you don't spend more money because of more time, you're still just wasting time. Mm-hmm. And like, if you're looking for a solution now, then don't waste your time on something that's not going to fix the problem. It might make you more frustrated and confused. It's just there's diminishing returns on that.
Yeah, no, that's very true.
Yeah. So there's other solutions are seeing people. So, I mean, the best way that we know how to help you is by working with us. So we have a group program that's online called Limitless Athleticism. It's not a DIY course. It is led by us. And you can sign up for the wait list. We can link the wait list in the show notes. There's also, if you live far away, you can do a virtual discovery. Well, you'll have a discovery call with Vinny.
Either way,
and then we can have a virtual evaluation. Or if you're nearby, then you can have a discovery call and an in-person evaluation. Those are the best things that we know because that's what we do. Other solutions is, you can always reach out to us and ask us if we know anybody in person that's near you if you're not close to us. But that's pretty much it, is taking more ownership over your own health and wellness, and that does not include AI.
Yeah, because when it comes down to it, it's your body, right? You're in charge of making sure that it's doing what it needs to do. The AI isn't going to really help you at all. And if you outsource it to somebody else who's a professional, then you're more likely to get the expertise that you need.
Yeah.
Even then, maybe not so much. But if you're working with us,
well, it's still better than ChatGPT. At least there's context.
One would hope, yes.
Yeah. So, bottom line, don't use AI for anything involving your body. I wouldn't even use AI to create tattoo ideas for me.
No, blasphemy.
You want that human.
you do want. I mean, yeah, we could go on forever about this. I think that there's so much perfection and imperfection when it comes to that stuff. But
yeah.
you know, but yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Support humans. Work with humans. We're gonna continue. Actually, a line that's like resonated with me from Disclosure Day that we saw a while ago. There was a line in that where it was like, empathy is what essentially allowed the human race to like exist and progress, and the loss of empathy will be our downfall. And I do think that as tech and AI are on this increase, and social media and all these things, I think that empathy is getting lost.
Oh yeah.
And the more detached we are from empathy and each other, we're going to shit.
I think it's so funny that movie is what like you recalled upon. I'm reading Marcus Aurelius's Meditations now for like the third time, and I'm in the third book right now. Maybe I'm in the fourth book. I can't remember. But he mentions basically the same thing that you just said.
Yeah.
Something it is very true. Not about the AI obviously, but empathy and other humans and yeah.
Yeah. So take that however you want. Anyway, if you liked us, like us on whatever you're listening to us with, just give us a thumbs up, rate us, share us, review us, follow us. Subscribe.
How could they follow you?
Well, my Instagram is at Dr. Allison Heffron. I'll put it in the show notes. I'm not going to spell it. And our website is bfsrehab.com. I can also link that. And like I said, I'll link the Limitless Athleticism waitlist. And yeah, I mean, it's free to join the waitlist. Any discovery call is free. It's really just an option and an opportunity for you to see if this is the right fit for you. But we figured we'd give you some ways to have a solution outside of AI.
Yeah, so you could waste it on the free AI, or you could have a free call with us and get some more information.
And talk to a human.
Talk to me.
It won't be wasteful, we promise.
No, we'll help point you in the right direction.
Yeah.
Even if the right direction isn't working with us, we'll still be able to point you in the right direction.
For sure. All right, well, we'll see you next week. Love you, bye.
Allison loves you, bye.